the girl who never sank. She was born in 1998 in a small coastal town in Sicily, Italy. Her name was Elena Marino. Her family didn't have much money, but they had the sea. Her father was a fisherman, and her mother sold bread at the local market. Nobody in her family had ever competed in sports before, but everything changed the day her grandfather, a retired lifeguard everyone called Nonno Beppe, first watched her swim across the harbor without stopping to rest. She was only 5 years old. Nonno Beppe saw something in her that day, not just talent, something deeper, a refusal to quit. He began waking her up before sunrise, walking her down to the cold water and teaching her to swim against the current. Her arms were thin. Her legs were short, but her lungs somehow seemed built for the sea. Rain or shine, she trained. She never once complained. She loved the water before she even understood what competition meant. She listened to every word her grandfather said. Even as a child, her focus was unshakable. Local swim meets became her playground, and she started winning before she turned 8. She balanced schoolwork and training with a discipline that surprised her teachers. Her parents supported her fully. They wanted her to succeed, but more than that, they wanted her to stay kind. Those early mornings by the harbor became the foundation of everything that came after. Elena entered youth competitions across Sicily and began beating swimmers twice her age. Word spread fast. Soon, she was known as one of the most promising young swimmers in Italy. She trained for hours each day, and Nonno Beppe pushed her hard not to make her famous, but to keep her humble and focused. Through swimming, she learned patience and respect. Outside the pool, she was quiet, almost shy. But the moment she hit the water, she became someone else entirely, fierce, focused, unstoppable. She dreamed of representing her country one day. There were mornings when her body ached so badly she could barely lift her arms above her head. But she never gave up. She learned to control her fear in the biggest moments, and her concentration only sharpened with time. Coaches respected her. Rivals feared her. By the time she reached her early teenage years, she was ready to face the world. At just 16, Elena turned professional and stepped into the senior swimming circuit. She was young, but already powerful and fast. People were stunned by her strength and her relentless stroke. She began defeating swimmers who had years more experience than her. Her sacrifice was finally paying off. She earned fans not because she was flashy, but because she was honest and full of heart. She flew to different countries for competitions, and no matter the pressure, her focus never cracked. She believed in her own path. She learned from every win and every loss, and she never let fame pull her away from who she really was. Her humility earned her respect across the entire sport. She kept training relentlessly. Her journey was only beginning. In 2017, at 19 years old, Elena won her first world championship title in the open water marathon swim, a brutal event that broke most competitors. In open water, she was nearly impossible to beat. She swam fast, fought through pain, and never stopped pushing. Her style was raw and physical. Fans adored her fearless spirit. She defended that title year after year, and her dominance in open water became legendary. Even the strongest swimmers in the world struggled against her in those conditions. Open water became her kingdom. Her greatest rival became an Australian swimmer named Grace Whitfield. Their races were tense, dramatic, and filled with mutual respect, each pushing the other to become better. Later, she also battled a fierce American swimmer, Maya Chen. These rivalries pushed Elena to sharpen every part of her craft. She never feared competition, she welcomed it. She respected her rivals deeply, and their battles became some of the most talked-about moments in the sport's history. Fans loved watching these three legends collide again and again. Elena used every one of those races to grow. No matter who she faced, her focus never wavered. She always competed with honor. Throughout her career, Elena battled constant injury. Her shoulders, her lower back, her knees, they all betrayed her at different points. But she never quit. She rested, retrained, and came back stronger every single time. Her comeback stunned fans and experts alike. She showed the world what real determination looks like. After every setback, she trained even harder. She believed pain was simply part of the journey. Her story inspired others to keep going, even when everything hurt. Each injury became another chapter in her story, and every time she found her way back. She showed patience. She showed courage. She never made excuses. She stayed positive, no matter what stood in front of her. Her resilience became a lesson for everyone watching. Alina went on to win gold at every major stage of the sport: the World Championships, the Olympic Games, the Pan-Pacific Championships, and the European Championships. Very few swimmers have ever done that. She collected more than 20 major international titles, placing her name beside the greatest swimmers who ever lived. Every medal was earned through sweat and sacrifice. Every win meant something deep to her. She competed with pride and heart, and she carried herself with grace even in victory. Her trophies reflected years of hard work. Her name became legendary. For Alina, winning was never just about medals. It was about proving to herself what she was capable of. Every final tested her mind as much as her body. She gave everything in the water. Fans admired her refusal to ever give up. She made history race after race, and even with all the fame, she stayed humble and gracious. She always thanked her coaches, her family, and her fans. She never bragged. Her kindness won hearts around the world, and she became a role model far beyond the world of swimming. Children looked up to her. She gave her time to charity and helped rebuild the harbor town where she grew up. She showed the world that kindness is its own kind of strength. She carried herself with elegance, and every interview revealed a thoughtful, grounded young woman. She never spoke down to anyone. She swam for love of the sport, and her humility made her impossible to forget. She stayed true to her values. Alina later opened a swimming academy back home in Sicily, training young swimmers from coastal towns just like the one she grew up in. She wanted to give back everything the sport had given her. She also found joy in painting and spending quiet time with her family. Her love for life extended far beyond the pool. She supported causes close to her heart and stayed close to her roots. She loved a simple life away from the spotlight. She stayed near her family and never forgot where she came from. At her academy, she taught more than technique, she taught character. Her daily life remained humble and grounded. She stayed a proud daughter of Sicily. Her presence lifted everyone around her. Even now, she keeps training, keeps moving, keeps showing up. Alina Marino's legacy is one of hard work, respect, and passion. She stands among the greatest swimmers in history. Her races moved millions. Her story inspired countless young athletes who never thought someone from a small fishing town could reach the world stage. She taught us to never give up. She showed the world the quiet power of humility. Her journey was never only about winning. It was about how she chose to compete. Her name will live on in the history of the sport forever. She changed her sport with her spirit and her effort. She leaves behind records and something even more lasting, memories. New athletes will look to her story as a guide. She set a standard that reached far beyond the water. Her journey proves that greatness can arrive with grace. The girl from the harbor never sank. She simply learned to swim against anything.